Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Ow, damn it, Janet. Available Christmas 2022. Pain. The Christmas album. Sexy Santa, Dad AF. Shimmy, shimmy. To get very serious now. I'll be home for Christmas. Beast! That's kind of what my Christmas concert would be like. It would be like a very melodious line followed by a beast! Anyway, and then all the cats go running. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so listen, Linda. Are you ready for Christmas? First of all, we're like 3 days away from Christmas. So if you're not ready, you're screwed, okay? But listen, okay? Today, we're going to talk about Shane Dawson and his fiancée, Ryland Adams, allegedly canceling their wedding. Okay, we're going to talk about that in just a second. But before we do, I need to tell you about my day so far. So I got up today, and I made some coffee for myself, and also Sally Joe, she just lost her hat. She's staying with me. Sally Joe lost her hat. Hold on a second here. So, I made some coffee for me and Sally Joe, and I'm in my LL Bean collaboration Peanuts Winter Cup. So, yeah, and I'm drinking, it's called Barney's Santa's White Christmas, and I love it so much. So anyway, I made some coffee for me and Sally Joe. Now, if you don't know, and you didn't watch my video from the other day, I don't know what's wrong with you, but my good Judy, Tanya, Jean, and I, we were at the Olive Garden the other night, right? We were having a super salad. If you don't know what that is, go back and visit my video. But anyway, so we were at the Olive Garden, and we heard this commotion, and they were firing somebody because of disorderly conduct. And Sally Joe was working up. Now, if you remember Sally Joe, she had visited me previous years, right? And she's troublemaker of the world. Well, Sally Joe was getting fired from the Olive Garden, okay? Which is kind of hard to do, you know what I mean? So anyway, and she begged us to come and stay with me. So Tanya was like, you know, that would be the nice recovery thing for you to do, to house Sally Joe through the holidays, because she didn't have any place to go, right? Like, you know, North Pole kicked her out, everywhere, the Olive Garden kicked her out. I mean, when you get kicked out of the North Pole and the Olive Garden, you're kind of screwed, you know what I mean? So she's been staying with us, but listen, she's just a world of trouble. She just is, okay? I mean, she's taken on that, I'm 50 and I like to kick. I mean, she does that all day long. I'm so tired of it. So anyway, I'll put this little hat back on her. But anyway, so we were sitting around today, and Sally Joe said she cusses up a storm. Now, I don't know if your elves cuss, but she cusses, okay? F this and F that, all of it. I'm like, Sally Joe, listen, okay? I'm going to the Caribbean, okay? On the cuss jar of Sally Joe alone. So anyway, so Sally Joe was like, F these videos today. She's like, don't be making none of those videos. She goes, don't nobody care anyway. She goes, they don't care about all those people you talk about. They don't care about the Try Guys. They don't care about Elon Musk. She was, I know, it's Elon. Whenever I say Elon, people go crazy. It's like the noodle, you know, when I talk about the noodle. Anyway, she said, F those people. She said, don't make none of those videos today. She goes, let's just do facials and have a spa day at home. And a spa day at home for Sally Joe means like 15 mimosas and maybe like some of those eye patches. That's really what it means. That's what she wanted to do. But anyway, it got me thinking that maybe I could do like a get ready with me, you know, while I get into this video. So anyway, I've already washed my face, okay? Now, I will tell you, because I know the people are going to want to know, that I wash my face every morning with the matcha, and it's the Rice Polish Classic, okay? And I love it. And it's like this grainy little stuff, and you put it in your hand, and then you like, you know, and you put it all over your face. Have you ever used this? Oh my God, I love it. It's fantastic, okay? Elle Leary from Elle Leary Artistry, she sent me this entire container, and it's lasted me forever, and she's fantastic. So anyway, that's the first thing, okay? Then the next thing that I do is, I go in and I've already, well, here, I'll just show you, okay? So I go in, my favorite face moisturizer of the moment is this Disco, and it's like men's skincare products. And this is, well, actually, this is not true. But it is the face moisturizer, and it's eucalyptus. The next thing I do is I go in with one of these little, I know y'all are like, Peter, what is going on here? You're actually doing a, I'm actually doing a get ready with me, and no, there's not going to be any Jeffree Star setting sprays, okay? He can keep all of that. The stuff stinks like Strawberry Fields Forever, and I don't want any of it. But I go in with these little different, like, have you guys seen these before? So this one is called Ors and Alps, and I actually got it at Target, and I use the disco one, but the disco one is like, it comes out, like it has a hard time coming out of the component. So I actually like this one more, and I put it on and then I just like pat my eyes with it. It's supposed to take away all the dark circles on your eyes, but it doesn't do that. So anyway, I've already done all this morning, so this is just kind of like a demonstration. But then I go in with this moisturizer, and the one I'm using is Disco. So hold on, and I don't put, you know, just like dime size, and forgive my hair for a second. And then I put it all. Now, I know that a lot of men use concealer like that and stuff like that, but I just, to be honest with you, I can't figure out the concealer. I just cannot figure it out on my face. This one smells so good. It smells like eucalyptus. Okay, so then I put that all over my face like that. See? That's how we do. And then, okay, so I just ordered, okay, all of this Treat Beauty. Now, everybody's going to know what they're getting for Christmas now. These Treat Beauty lip balms, because they're like my favorite chapsticks of life. And they're so big that you can't lose them. And I got myself marshmallow cream. So I just opened it. Aren't these the cutest packages they come in? I love this so much. Is it called Treat Beauty? Maybe it's not called Treat Beauty. It's just called Treat. Anyway, they have an Instagram and everything else. Now my hands are all moisturized from that stuff. So anyway. People like, Peter, get to Shane Dawson. We don't care about this. I know there's going to be timestamps all over this. Anyway, hold on. Oh my God, it's fantastic. I love this so much. I cannot forget that that is back there. And then, of course, we want to go in when your lips are dry as mine, then it's Luna Beauty time. Oh, that was really good. Manny, you should record that one, okay? Milking a cow. It's like milking a cow or whatever else you'd like to, you know, equate that to. Put on my lip gloss. You don't want to overdo it. And then I go in with the I go in. I love to say that. I want to be a beauty guru so bad. I go in with the Tatcha Dewy Mist Spray. And Elle sent me this too. Well, Elle is the one that got me started on this like years ago, and I love this so much. So anyway, here's the Dewy Mist Spray from Tatcha. Yes, these products are very expensive, but I totally, I can't believe Jeffree Star has the gall to like get in an Instagram and go, oh yes, and my $15 peppermint spray, I swear by. No, Tatcha is what you want to spend your money on, okay? And he would know that if he was a real makeup guru. So there, you have it, and then that's how you look like this. Pretty as a peach. My mom used to say you can put a pig in a dress, but it's still just a pig. So I don't know what I am. But anyway, so there's my little get ready with me for the day. Shut up, Sally Joe. Look, she put her hat over her head. She said, I've had it. I told you I didn't want any videos today, and here you're making videos anyway. Okay, so yesterday, let's talk about a few things. Yesterday I did this video talking about the Try Guys, right? And in the video I said that I was wanting to branch out and I was wanting to do videos talking about a lot of other people. And it was interesting because a lot of the people that, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you out there that like, I mean, there were so many recommendations for people for me to make videos on, and I really, really appreciated that. Because it gave me a lot of different ideas. Interestingly enough, a lot of the suggestions that you guys gave me, like, I had already thought of that. Like, I already had it on my list of, like, not all of them, but, like, a few of them. I had ideas that I was going to make videos about those people anyway, right? Okay, so, but what was interesting was that I got this comment. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I still have it pulled up. I don't think that I do. But I do think that I took a screenshot of it. So, I got a comment on my video, and the comment is from, Your Fashionista, and it said, cover Ryan, well that's his real name I think, cover Ryland and Shane calling off their marriage. And I was like, what is this? Like, I hadn't heard anything about it, and like, I don't watch Ryland's vlogs, you know, all the time, and I don't watch The Sip all the time, and I don't watch Shane's podcast all the time, but I was like, this is kind of big news. I mean, like, this is really, like, this would be big drama news, that if they had come out in a video and they had said, like, we're canceling our wedding, we're not going to get married, and whatever, then like, I would have seen about it like on many drama channels. It would have been a lot on, it would have been all over Twitter. So I was kind of like, what is this about? And there were no replies to this comment, and there wasn't anybody else talking about it in the comment section. So I was like, oh, this is very, very interesting. Now, I do want to give a caveat, okay, before I get into this video, that there are a few of you out there that are huge Shane Dawson fans. I appreciate that. I want to say thank you for continuing to watch my videos where I give constructive criticism to Shane Dawson, and yet you still watch my videos. I know it's really, really hard when I give constructive criticism to the person that you deem God, but I appreciate that you watch my videos anyway, okay? And you're not missed on me. I know who you are, okay? Swimming in oceans and things like that. There's like 3 people that every time I make a Shane Dawson video, it's like I already know they're going to come for my throat. I already know it, all right? So, hey, listen, I'm well prepared. I'm just giving you a warning. This is probably not going to be the video that you're going to like, okay? I'm just telling you right now. I can't make a Shane Dawson video unless I say Shane Dawson is the greatest person in the entire world and he's glowing and he could do no wrong. If I did that video, then they probably wouldn't even comment on it at all, right? So if I'm critical at all, you know, they come for me. So I just want to prepare you. This is probably not the video for you. So you might want to just, I don't know, exit out of the video because it's probably going to make you very, very upset. And I wouldn't want to ruin your Christmas dreams this close to the Christmas holiday, okay? You know, you might want to throw an elf or, I don't know, Miracle on 34th Street or Rudolph or something like that. That might make you happier than watching Peter Monn Shane Dawson video. I'm just saying, okay? I'm giving you full warning over here, okay? Because I know how you can be. So, all right. So I start looking into this, right? Because I'm like, is there any merit to this? So first I go over to Ryland Vlogs channel. And I'm like, because for real, if they were going to cancel their wedding, they clickbait every title over there anyway. So sure enough, they would title it something like, we're canceling our wedding. Because they know that they would get like, you know, millions of views off that, right? No video titled that. So I start reading through the comments. Nobody's talking about them calling off their wedding. And I'm like, this is interesting. So I go over to the SIP, same thing. Go over to the podcast, same thing. And I'm like, where is this coming up, right? Like that people are talking about this. So I go over to, I Google search it, and I'm like, Shane Dawson and Ryland Adams cancel wedding, okay? And it's like stuff from like April, January. I mean, it was just very speculative posts that people had put up on Reddit or a few YouTube videos and whatever. But there really wasn't anything else. In fact, one of the only videos I found, there were 2 videos that I found actually, and one of the only ones was from 3 months ago by Michaela Rios, who is one of my favorite YouTubers of life, okay? I've talked about Michaela over here before. I love Michaela. Let me tell you why I love Michaela, okay? So I found Michaela because she had done this video where it was about Jeffree Star and Nathan getting back together. And so the video was titled something like, I wish I knew what the title was because it was so fantastic. It was like, I just love that she does it and she could care less, right? So the video was titled something like, Jeffree Star and Nathan are getting back together, or got back together, or something like that, right? And I'm like, they did? And the video had like quite a few views on it. So I go and I watch this video, and it's Michaela sitting on the end of her bed, just like the Shane Dawson video. She does all kinds of stuff. She does hauls and whatever, and she's been a huge fan of Jeffree Star for years. And so, but she tells it how it is, and that's what I really appreciate about her, right? So anyway, she goes in this video, and she's like, so I was just sitting here, and I was like thinking to myself, what if, and I love like how she talks. Like, do you ever get like obsessed with like how people talk? Like, it's just like, you could like just sit there and listen to anything they say. Like, that's me with her. Like, I watch like every single one of her videos. I don't even think she knows it. So anyway, she's like, she's like, I was just sitting here and I was thinking, you know, like, what if, like, Jeffree Star and, like, you know, Nathan were, like, just texting one night, and then, like, Nathan got on a plane, and he, like, surprised Jeffree. I don't even know what she said, right? But basically, none of it was true, okay? It was just all this speculation, and she made this whole video, and I lived! I was like, oh my God, this is so fantastic, right? Okay, so the Shane Dawson video... about Shane and Ryland canceling their wedding is like very similar to that. Like it's almost exactly kind of like the same thing. Like her speculating if they canceled their wedding, right? Or they're not going to get married. And so her video, hold on a second, is called, and I will link this video below and the other video that I'm going to talk about, but it's called Shane and Ryland Have Decided to Not Get Married, okay? And she's sitting on the edge of her bed and she's saying all this kind of stuff. And one of the things I love, this is where she's so honest. She's like, at one point she goes, I mean, like who would be there? Like they want a very small wedding. Just go to the courthouse. And like, who would be there anyway? She's like, I mean, Lizzie would be there, like his partner at the SIP. And then she's like the family. And then she's like Lizzie's husband. And she's like, I mean, I guess Jeffree Star, because that's like their only friend. She starts laughing. She's like, I mean, I'm just saying the truth. And it's so hilarious. Like, I mean, like I like just like eat it up. So anyway, so I found her video, so I'll link it below. Go watch it. If you guys want to just like watch something that will just like have you in tears, hysterical, Michaela is so funny. So anyway, so, and I can't believe that more people don't watch her, honestly, and I've shouted her out a couple times, and I wish that more people would, because I just love her. So anyway, so Michaela, hey, how are you doing? Merry Christmas. But anyway, so I'll link her channel below. So I saw her video, and then the other video that I saw was called Shane Dawson Cancels Wedding by Jim Reloaded, okay? And it's a very highly edited video. I think it's like 30 minutes long, and it's all of these pieces from different podcasts, different videos. I mean, it's a very well done video of all these different clips, right? And she talks over it at certain points of kind of like speculating and whatever. But basically it's like, it starts off, I think, with like Ryland saying during the SIP that people are asking like why they haven't gotten married and if they're going to get married before the surrogate and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, you know, it's not that very high on our priority list and it's just not the biggest thing for us right now. And then it skips to like this clip of like, it's some video, I don't know if it's a vlog or a Shane video or whatever, of Ryland saying, Shane won't marry me. Like, I mean, it's been 3 years and he still won't marry me. And all this stuff. And then it has all these uncomfortable clips in there of like comments that Shane has made towards Chris. You guys, I just want to address this for a second with this whole Chris situation, okay? And Chris seems like a very, very nice guy to me. Does he seem like somebody that would speak up for himself or stand up for himself? No, absolutely not. Like, anytime that Shane makes an uncomfortable joke, he kind of folds into himself and kind of laughs. But you can tell that he's uncomfortable with these jokes. Like, it's very, very obvious. And I don't know why Shane doesn't read into the fact that he's uncomfortable with these jokes, you know? And so I was thinking, oh, hello. So anyway, when I was thinking about making this video last night, I was kind of thinking about all this because the last time that I talked about Shane and Chris and Shane making inappropriate jokes towards Chris in the video where he said something about Chris getting him hard or whatever. And I said, you know, this is interesting in 2022 because in any other workplace, this is an employee, okay? I mean, you want to talk about how people have said that Shane Dawson has changed and Shane Dawson's a different person. I mean, we're talking about workplace harassment to some degree. The defense that everybody came for in the comment section was, well, Shane and Chris have been friends for all of these years, okay? All right, granted. So I was thinking that through last night because I saw another clip where Shane makes a comment about something sexual towards Chris. And Ryland is sitting there. It's during the podcast, Shane's podcast. And Ryland is sitting right there. And Ryland's comment to it is kind of like, wow, like they show the whole interaction on this Jim Reloaded video. And Shane makes the comment, Chris is kind of like, looks awkward. And Ryland's response to it is kind of like, wow, like you would really say that? And so they're commenting about like how Ryland just acts like it's no big deal, right? And this is kind of the conversation, is that everybody kind of like talks down to Ryland or is kind of demeaning to him, or Shane is condescending or patronizing to Ryland, right? Okay. In that scene, it is so uncomfortable. And so I was thinking about that scene. I was thinking about some other scenes that I've seen where Shane has made sexual commentary to Chris and whatever. And, you know, this is what I want to say about this. You know, I've been out for 30 years. I have had many, many gay friends. I've had many, many boyfriends. I have been with my husband for 14 years and we've been married for 11, okay? You know, and in the context of us having other gay friends, I cannot imagine in front of my husband, looking at one of my other gay friends and saying, "You're making me hard right now," okay? And I really, to be honest with you, or making some sexual comment about going down on them or whatever, that would not happen. And that's not because we're not funny people. We have good sense of humor, okay? I wouldn't do that out of respect for my husband. And to be honest with you, I can't really think of a time that any of my friends, and we're not all old fuddy-duddies. My husband's 37 years old, 38 years old. He has a lot of friends that are younger, you know. We have a lot of friends that are, you know, younger and listen and have boyfriends that are younger, and they don't make those kind of jokes. It's inappropriate, all right? Whether you have a boyfriend, whether you don't have a boyfriend, you wouldn't make those kind of comments, you know. And I don't understand it, and I also don't understand people excusing it and thinking it's okay, all right? And let's just say that I just want to put this out there. This is on a video that Shane Dawson has edited, okay? He has edited it himself. And just to bring this up, because people, you know, want to excuse it all away, if this was a man to a woman, it would be a huge issue, you guys. I mean, it would be a huge issue. And this is where, when people want to talk about how Shane Dawson has changed, I'm like, I don't see it. He's still making inappropriate jokes at the expense of hurting other people or making other people uncomfortable, and he doesn't see that there's anything wrong with it, right? Because Shane Dawson is still stuck in that he hasn't learned anything, you guys, from any of this, right? So, I don't know, you know, and it's like all the people that defend him and I'm like, oh, your humor is so funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. If you were sitting with your partner and that partner looked across the table at Cheesecake Factory, let's just put this in perspective, okay? Heterosexual couples. If you were at Cheesecake Factory and you were with your girlfriend and your husband looked across the table at your girlfriend and said to her, "I want to eat you out." I mean, are you kidding me? Like, seriously? Not something I ever thought I'd be saying in my video. You think you'd just laugh and think that was funny? You think that that's funny? You think your girlfriend wouldn't be uncomfortable with that moment? And later have a conversation with you and be like, why did he say that? Like, I'm not comfortable with going out with you. I mean, like, that is an uncomfortable situation. And then to edit it, include it, and put it on YouTube for all the world to see, and y'all think he's changed, right? Okay, all right. Gotcha. So anyway, so then I went over and I was like, you know, searching it, and there was like something that had come out like 3 days ago on the Reddit, and it was talking about all this speculation that it's been 3 years and Shane and Ryland still haven't gotten married, and are they ever going to get married? And apparently, in this Gym Reloaded video, which I watched, you know, there's a lot of, like, Shane saying things about, like, not wanting, you know, being afraid to get married, or not being afraid to get married, but, like, not wanting a big wedding. And he used to say in the past that he wanted a big wedding, and, you know, he just wants something small. They don't want a Hollywood wedding, all these different things. And people were saying in there, you know, like, Shane just doesn't want this big thing. They don't want this big thing. They should just do something small. And it's, like, all this kind of stuff. And it's, like, you know, it was interesting because I was watching Michaela's videos, which is very much shits and giggles, 25 cents for the cuss jar. And she's like, you know, if you're at 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 years engaged and you haven't gotten married yet, it's probably not going to happen. And we hear these celebrities that have been engaged for 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 years, and then at some point they just go their separate ways, right? And I was like, that's true. Like, that's very, very true. And she said, you know, Shane and Ryland seem very, very happy. And they seem like they moved to Colorado. They have their farm, you know, and they're going to, you know, have a surrogate. And they seem very, very happy. Like, they don't have to get married. So why keep up the facade of getting married? So that is the question then, right? And there was a lot of speculation on this Reddit thread that the only reason that Shane ever proposed to Ryland in the first place was because it was, you know, on the heels of the pallet going into the cancellation. And so it was like this kind of like save him kind of attitude kind of thing of like being a couple, right? It was like the cat situation had just happened, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And so, shut up, Sally Joe. She is a lover of cats, so we can't talk about that too much. But anyway, so it was on the cat situation, and so right after that was apparently when Shane proposed to Ryland. And so people were saying that this was, and I didn't fact check the timing on that, so I don't know. But people were saying that was Shane trying to like protect his image and all of that kind of stuff by proposing to Ryland, that he didn't really necessarily want to like be married, you know. And I understand people that want to be engaged. Like, listen, you know, there's a lot of celebrity couples that have been together for years and years and years and never got married, and they like are happier ever after, you know. I'm like, hey, more power to you, you know. We have friends of ours that have never gotten married and have been together forever, and hey, more power to you, you know what I mean? And but I do think, like, the thing that is interesting to me, okay, is when Ryland says out of one side of his mouth in the podcast, it's just not high on our priority list. But in a video, okay, which is his unedited reaction, and somebody's filming him, he says, I still can't get Shane to marry me. Shane doesn't want to marry me. And I'm like, okay, but that's how you really feel, right? The sip is how you want people to think you feel. That's how you really feel. And I'm wondering, you know, like sitting there, like if I mean, at 3 years, going on 3 years, if my partner had proposed to me and we still weren't married, and that conversation had come up, and I wasn't really getting any conversation about it or resolution, I would wonder what was going on. I really would, you know. Who knows what the background, you know, to all of that is. But I'm interested. Does anybody know where this rumor is coming from? Or is it that just people are speculating because it's been so long at this point? I do think, like, they don't have to do this, and they probably won't, because they always want to act like they're so transparent. But their transparency is redoing a bedroom and calling it unveiling our biggest surprise ever. I mean, they are really not transparent. They don't really say anything about who they are as people, you know? But do I think that if they're not going to get married and they're going to postpone their wedding for years on end, and just when they decide to get married, they'll decide to get married, which is totally their choice, right? Because like Michaela said, they're really nice guys, and maybe, are they? I don't know, you know, like, there's a lot of stuff there. There's just a lot of stuff that I can't co-sign, but like, they seem happy together. Let's put it that way, right? They're happy together. They have their farm, whatever, they have their families. They seem happy with all of that, right? So they don't have to get married for anybody else. To come out and do a video and say, like, we've decided, you know, like, or even just include it in 5 seconds of a vlog, just to say we've decided to not get married, you know, for 5 years or more, and we're just like, one day we're gonna just go and elope, because people were speculating that they're gonna go and elope. And we're just going to elope and do it somewhere, and we'll come back and let everybody know when we do it. And that's really between, you know, us. Like, I think that's where I say, like, you don't have to do that as a YouTuber, but I do think it's really nice when you bring your audience along with you, especially when your audience is who is putting money in your pockets to finance this fantastic life that you have, and all the merch that you have, and all the products that you put out, and watching your videos. It's like, you ask your audience to be invested in the life that you have, but then it's like, you don't really want them to be invested in you. You want to, you know, pick and choose that at certain times. And it's like, here's the thing. It's like, do I think that YouTubers should have privacy? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think there are some things that are off limits for people to want to know, and whatever. But Shane and Ryland, I mean, especially Ryland now, he puts Shane in almost every single one of his vlogs. I mean, like, them being a couple, them being engaged, them showing all of that, talking about it, talking about their surrogates, they have made that very much a part of their YouTube career. And so, to not talk about that, I don't know, it's just very interesting to me. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If anybody out there can give me some, like, evidence of where this has been said that they have canceled their wedding, I would be very interested to know, and I will get on video and I will say, this is where it is, and I didn't know, and I'm sorry, and, you know, whatever. But yeah, I can't find it anywhere. So I looked really, really hard to see where that came up with. So anyway, but thank you for the suggestion. Who was the suggestion that gave it to me? Let's see. You're Fashionista. Thank you, You're Fashionista. And to all of you out there, I hope you have a holly jolly Christmas. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.